welcome back to the Happy Criers React. My name is Chris, and this is my gorgeous wife,
Daniela.
So today we are going to be reacting to Dead Poets Society with the legend himself, Robin Williams. And, I'm very excited to watch this because this is the first Robin Williams movie we're going to be doing on our channel.
Yeah, it is. I remember watching movies with him in it, but it was like kids' movies.
Right.
I can't remember the name, but it was really funny and he was amazing in it.
That sounds about accurate, yeah. The guy's amazing. He was absolutely amazing. Other than Robin Williams being in this movie, to be honest with you guys, I don't know pretty much anything else about it.
No? Yeah.
Yeah, you either, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so that's kind of all we really have to say about the movie, so far at least. So guys, make sure if you like this video to like it, and if you want to see more of us to subscribe. Your support always means so much to us. And I mean, with that out of the way, let's get into it. Let's get started. Ripping on the bagpipes.
It sounds so classic and fancy.
Yeah, I can play the recorder. I don't want to brag or anything.
You can't.
I could in grade 3. So, are they at church? Is that what is going on here?
I don't know. It kind of seems like either a graduation or a communion.
Yeah.
To me.
I was thinking communion.
Gentlemen, what are the 4 pillars?
Tradition, honor, discipline, excellence.
That's Ethan Hawke. No?
Oh.
This must have been, correct me if I'm wrong, but like maybe his first role? Because he seems very young and obviously, he's been acting for a very long time, but I didn't know this long.
Yeah, I mean, you know me. I don't know the actors' names. I see their faces. I'm like, oh, they're in like that movie.
Right, so-and-so, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm really bad with names.
No, hey, fair enough.
Our beloved Mr. Porteous of the English department retired last term. You will have the opportunity later to meet his replacement, Mr. John Keating.
Robin Williams! He looks so young.
He does. He kind of looks like you.
Well, thank you. I'll take that compliment.
Hey, Neil. Study group tonight?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, I heard you got the new kid. Looks like a stiff.
Dude.
That's horrible.
Don't mind Cameron. He's born with a split in his mouth. You know what I mean? How's your summer, Slick?
Keen.
Father.
I think that you're taking too many extracurricular activities this semester, and I've decided that you should drop the school annual.
But, Father, I can't. It wouldn't be fair.
Fellas, would you excuse us for a moment? You do as I tell you. Is that clear?
Yes, sir, I'm sorry. You know me, I'm always taking on too much.
Well, that's my boy.
Now you can tell, obviously, that he loves him. You can tell he loves his son. However, I think he's kind of projecting what he wants for his son's life as priority rather than what his son wants for his own life.
Yeah.
Because he's saying, like, he made him go to summer school, which probably sucked for a teenage boy to go to summer school. And then he's making him drop an extracurricular activity that his son seemed very fond of. His father's doing that because he wants him to have the best possible future finishing medical school. But by doing that, you're going to make your son become successful, but also miserable because he's living the life you want for him, not the life he wants for himself.
Yeah, it seemed like he was very strict and he really enjoyed that class. And there wasn't any, like, he couldn't even say that's not fair or, and no, that's it. That's the last thing He has the last word.
Anyone failing to turn in any homework assignment penalized 1 point off their final grade.
Ooh.
Sounds exciting. I kind of want to go back to school.
Sweetheart. I can't agree with you. I'm sorry. What? Just leave me? Didn't like the look of the class.
Well, come on.
Oh, Captain, my Captain. Who knows where that comes from? It's from a poem by Walt Whitman about Mr. Abraham Lincoln. You can either call me Mr. Keating, or if you're slightly more daring, oh, Captain, my Captain. Mr. Pitts. It's a rather unfortunate name.
Oh, that's horrible.
You open your hymnal to page 542. Read the first stanza of the poem you find there.
Oh, that's nerve-wracking. I didn't like that part.
Yeah.
Gather ye rosebuds while ye may. Old time is still a-flying. This same flower that smiles today, tomorrow will be dying.
Gather ye rosebuds while ye may. The Latin term for that sentiment is Carpe Diem.
Seize the day.
Carpe Diem.
That seize the day.
Hey.
So can I go to school? Or...
Why does the writer use these lines?
Because he's in a hurry.
No. Ding! Thank you for playing anyway. Because believe it or not, each and every one of us in this room is one day going to stop breathing.
It's true, though.
That's so deep.
Yeah.
They're not that different from you, are they? They believe they're destined for great things. Just like many of you, their eyes are full of hope. Because you see, gentlemen, these boys are now fertilizing daffodils.
Wow.
You can hear them whisper their legacy to you. Make your lives extraordinary.
Wow. That's one hell of a first class.
Yeah, it's really interesting though.
But you're right. It is profound. Like, it is deep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who's up for a trig study group tonight, guys? Sure.
Me.
I can't make it, guys. I have to have dinner at the Danbury's house tonight.
He seems very quiet and like out of it.
Yeah, I think he's just more introverted. Maybe shy.
Can I help you?
Hi. Mrs. Danbury?
No.
Sorry. Thank you, Chris.
This is study group? Oh, no, they actually are studying. It's just some of them. Yeah, some of them are goofing off.
A girl this beautiful in love with such a jerk?
All the good ones go for jerks. You know that.
Mr. Perry, will you read the opening paragraph of the preface entitled Understanding Poetry?
A Shakespearean sonnet, on the other hand, would score high both horizontally and vertically.
Okay, bring me a paper.
We're not laying pipe. We're talking about poetry.
Oh, that would have been me. That would have been me.
Now I want you to rip out that page. Go on. Rip out the entire page.
Gentlemen, tell you what, don't just tear out that page, tear out the entire introduction.
Oh my God. That would hurt your soul.
No, I don't think I could. Oh, painful. And that would wreck the book afterwards, you know?
Yeah, but I would do it.
I know you
I'd be like, yes, sir.
What the hell is going on here?
Mr. Keating,
Mr. McAllister.
I didn't know you were here.
I am.
I'm gonna go tell on you.
Now, my class, you will learn to think for yourselves again. Words and ideas can change the world.
Absolutely.
medicine, law, business, engineering. These are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for.
Oh, I have to press pause. Goosebumps. I just thought that was so beautifully put, because he's not throwing shade at all those other professions. He's not like they're useless, like it's all poetry. He's like, no, these are what sustain your life, but poetry is what gives your life meaning.
Yeah, what you stay alive for.
Yeah, like it's not just to get you through the day, it's why you wake up in the morning.
Yeah, he's very good with words, and
Ugh.
I like teachers like that they have a way of explaining it that you're later on like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
Because like you said, he wasn't just like, okay, poetry, let's read this and let me know what you think and write an essay on it. No, he really wants you to think for yourself.
Exactly.
The powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse.
Wow.
What will your verse be?
Robin Williams is already, like, we're 10 minutes in, and he's crushing it.
Yeah.
Sir? Say something. Oh, Captain, my captain? We were just looking in your old annual. What was the Dead Poets Society?
Gentlemen, can you keep a secret? The dead poets were dedicated to sucking the marrow out of life. See, we would gather at the old Indian cave, take turns reading from Thoreau, Whitman. And in the enchantment of the moment, we'd let poetry work its magic.
It was a bunch of guys sitting around reading poetry.
We weren't a Greek organization. We were romantics. Thank you, Mr. Perry, for this stroll down Amnesia Lane.
These guys, teenage boys, are like, you sat around with other guys reading poetry. And he's like, no. That's not what we did. We did all of this, and we experienced, like, we created gods, romantics, and he just phrased it all in such a way. I'm not even going to try to attempt to phrase it the way he did. I won't do it justice. But he phrased it in such a beautiful and interesting way that all of them are like, huh, like that actually does sound awesome. You know?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Because I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, you just read poetry? But then when he said it, I was like, I would join that club.
Exactly.
I say we go tonight.
Tonight? Wait a minute.
I'll try anything once. Except sex.
Oh, shots fired.
It's exciting.
It is, you're right.
But this is about when I would start thinking, oh my God, what if we get caught? We should go back. Then you're there already. You just have to keep going.
You gotta commit to it, absolutely.
I'm a dead poet.
Jesus. That's brutal.
I hereby reconvene the Dead Poets Society. The meetings will be conducted by myself and the other new initiates now present.
Then I had religion. Then I had a vision. I could not turn from their revel in derision.
He's rapping it.
With a golden trap. Then I saw the...
Yeah, this is my top of class.
Oh my God.
They came up with such a great way to entertain themselves.
Absolutely, yeah. It looked like a successful night to me. Like, it looked like they had fun. They did read some poems. They got a little sidetracked with the ghost stories, but, you know, it made its way back home, and they finished off with a poem and some rapping, so I think it was a good night.
Yeah, I think so too.
Language was developed for one endeavor, and that is... Mr. Anderson, come on, are you a man or an amoeba? Mr. Perry.
To communicate.
No! To woo women. William Shakespeare. Now, many of you have seen Shakespeare done very much like this.
But if any of you have seen Mr. Marlon Brando,
No, with Shakespeare can be different. France, Romans.
The Godfather.
Oh.
He's doing the impression.
you can also imagine maybe John Wayne as Macbeth going, well, is this a dagger I see before me? Why do I stand up here? Anybody?
To feel taller.
No. Thank you for playing, Mr. Dalton. We must constantly look at things in a different way. You have to look at it in another way, even though it may seem silly or wrong.
Don't just consider what the author thinks. Consider what you think.
I would like you to compose a poem of your own, an original work.
That's horrible.
Wow. That is scary.
I found it.
You found what?
What I want to do right now.
What is that?
It's a play, Tommy. Open tryouts. Open tryouts.
What?
He wants to try out.
I'm gonna act. Ah! I even tried to go to summer stock auditions last year, but of course my father wouldn't let me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna do it! Whether my father wants me to or not. Carpe Diem! If I don't ask him, at least I won't be disobeying him. Yeah, but if he said no. Jesus, Todd, whose side are you on?
He was probably already thinking about that. Like, what is his father gonna do? Is he gonna try to stop him?
Yeah, I think that Ethan Hawke was kind of ruining his fantasy. He was like poking holes in it with, you know, the realistic repercussions of what he's gonna do. So he didn't want to hear that. He just wanted him to let him live in his fantasy a little bit longer.
And support him, I think.
And support him as a friend. Exactly. I'm so happy to see him so full of life. And obviously it was inspired by Robin Williams, but to see him not as this, like, almost like a zombie where he was like, yes, sir, to his dad. And, you know, he just seemed kind of empty.
Mm-hmm.
And now, like, he's yelling, jumping off the bed, like, he's pumped.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Give me, Neil, give that back. I'm sure you see the Hey, give me, Neil, give me.
He's so
They're all chasing each other now. And now Ethan
Yeah.
Hawke is in it now. This is awesome.
He's going to see the girl again?
I think so. It's the only reason why he'd be biking so fast and so far.
Wow.
That is beautiful.
Where is this? I would love to know where this was shot. Because
Yeah.
it's so gorgeous.
Honestly.
Let's go. On the bus, boys.
Oh, man. Dagger to the heart.
Neil, how are you gonna do this?
I need a letter of permission from my father.
Oh, Neil, you're crazy.
I have a bad feeling that he's going to be caught.
I have a bad feeling that he's gonna say no and reject everything, like the dad.
Look, my boy is so dedicated to the bagpipes. He's ripping at like 5 a.m. on a dock.
To Chris.
Oh, my boy is smitten.
But life is complete. Contentment is mine. Just knowing that.
Mr. Hopkins, you were laughing. You're up.
Good. That's a
That
good
was
move.
good, yeah.
Yeah. Laughing at him.
The cat sat on the mat.
It's just a big joke to him.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Mr. Hopkins. You're the first poem to ever have a negative score on the Pritchard scale.
Oh,
Now, for those of you who don't know, a yelp is a loud cry or yell. A barbaric yelp.
Y'all.
Come on, louder. Oh, good God, boy, yell like that!
There it is.
You don't get away that easy. Picture of Uncle Walt up there. Close your eyes. Close them. Now.
classic Robin.
From the moment we enter crying to the moment we leave dying, it'll just cover your face. as you wail and cry and scream.
Wow.
Standing ovation.
Damn. He's a great teacher, man. Like, to bring that out in a student that's so embarrassed and closed off. Like, wow.
He also knew that this is Ethan's hawk.
No, not Ethan's hawk. Ethan doesn't have a pet hawk. It's Ethan Hawk.
Ethan Hawk.
Yeah.
Okay, Ethan Hawk was so shy and nervous about this. It wasn't that he didn't want to do it. It was that he could tell that he felt like everything he had to say was worthless and everyone's gonna laugh.
Exactly.
And the way that he brought it out of him, like you said, he has a way of reading people very well.
My dad collects a lot of pipes.
Your parents collect pipes? Oh, that's really interesting. Join in.
And we're from the government. We're here.
Oh, I thought he meant join in roasting him. Come on, Hogs.
That's just my problem. I've been calm all my life.
Where are you going? What are you gonna do?
I want to call her.
Wow.
I mean, good for him for taking action. I love that.
You're right. Carpe Diem.
Yeah, come on now.
Would I like to come to a party? Yes. Well, sure.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. I'll see you. Bye.
Yeah.
You notice everyone started off with their own stride, their own pace. Mr. Overstreet, driven by a deeper force. Yes. Brought them up here to illustrate the point of conformity, the difficulty in maintaining your own beliefs.
How does he think of this thing?
It's true.
Today's my birthday.
Is today your birthday?
My parents gave me this. Gave me the same thing as last year.
Oh, man.
Maybe they thought you needed another one. Todd? Yeah! Well, I wouldn't worry. You'll get another one next year.
That was good.
He is such a good friend.
He is, and he's quick.
Yeah. Again, it's a real friend thing to do. Like, he could have easily just went to him and said, "Oh my God, I am so sorry. That's horrible." But what a real friend would do is first poke fun at him, poke fun at the gift, and then cheer him up.
Yeah.
Because that's what a real friend would do. I love it. I love it.
I want to be his friend.
Honestly.
Both him and Mr. Keaton have the same persuasive, happy personality.
Yeah, I agree with you, actually. That's a great point.
Now, how the hell is old Mutt anyway? Yeah, I don't really know Mutt. To the mighty Mutt.
They're not even listening to him.
You're just gonna sit in between that?
I mean, when there's no other seat, you gotta take it, I guess. You're gonna sit there, so... You guys having a good time, or...?
He's gonna kiss her?
No. Okay, it's less weird, I guess. It's on her head.
Still kinda weird.
Knox, fill up your girl!
What are you doing? Chet, don't.
Chet, I know this looks bad.
There was a lot going on.
Yeah.
I published an article in the school paper in the name of the dead poets.
This could mean trouble. You don't speak for the club. If they catch me, I'll tell them I made it up.
Whoa. I think that's the entire school.
I think so.
Yes, he is. Just a moment. Mr. Nolan, it's God. He says we should have girls at Welton.
What is happening?
Why would he do that? Oh, yeah.
Count aloud, Mr. Dalton.
What are you gonna do? Charlie. Damn it, Neil. The name is Nawanda.
Gotta give him respect for that. He's no rat.
What about Carpe Diem and sucking all the marrow out of life?
Sucking the marrow out of life doesn't mean choking on the bone.
Touche.
But I thought you'd like that.
No. You being expelled from school is not daring to me. It's stupid. That goes for the lot of you.
Yes, Captain.
If it had been collect, it would have been daring.
See, that was really good by Robin Williams to lay the discipline, but then to soften it with like a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell that they really admire him and listen to him.
Absolutely. Oh, he went to the public school.
Yeah. I just realized her name is Chris.
Yeah. It's a great name.
I brought you these and a poem I wrote for you.
Rox, don't you know that if Chet finds you here, he'll kill you?
I love you, Chris.
Rox, you're crazy.
I think the I love you was a little extreme.
Yeah, a little too much.
Yeah. Could have toned it down a bit. The flowers I like, but the... You are not going to do this.
Oh my god.
With hair and skin of gold. To touch her?
Confidence.
Yeah. You gotta give him that.
Yeah. There's no way.
What are you doing here?
Gentlemen, let's go.
Go ahead, guys. I'll catch up.
Shut up. All right, Neil, you got this, man. Come on.
And being fed horse. Beguile. Like
Lie further off in human modesty. Such separation as may well be said becomes a virtue.
Oh, God. Gonna grab the hand. Come on. She grabbed back.
You think so?
Yeah, you saw her hand. I really thought when he was gonna grab her hand that he was gonna do the whole you know what I mean?
Yeah, me too.
I killed it.
He killed it.
Such a big night for him, and now it's just
ruined.
Yeah.
We're trying very hard to understand why it is that you insist on defying us. We're not going to let you ruin your life. Tomorrow, I'm withdrawing you from Welton and enrolling you in Braden Military School. You're going to Harvard, and you're going to be a doctor.
As a mom, I would have been like, you do what you want to do. You know?
No, absolutely. Yeah. And I totally get what you're saying.
That just would break my heart.
Yeah, absolutely. You see that the son is completely crushed by his father. Like, he won't even tell him what he's thinking. Like, a genuine thought, he won't express it.
Because he's so afraid.
Yeah.
This doesn't look good.
Wonder if he's gonna run away?
I don't think so. No. You think it is what it is?
Yeah, you can see the... No. Oh my God.
Oh, my son! My son, my poor son!
He's all right! He's all right! He's all right! He's all right!
Jesus.
That's the future you wanted?
You just keep pushing him down and pushing him down and pushing him down until there was literally nothing left of Neil. He probably just felt so empty inside, and that there was no way out of this life that he's forced into living.
Yeah, like why would you want to live a life that you know you're gonna be forced to live even though you don't want it? That's the life you wanted. Like, I'm just thinking of the dad saying, "This is a future I have planned for you. This is what I want for you to do."
Oh, sweetheart. It's, yeah. And you can tell by what the dad was saying at the end, my son, like he loved him, but he just tried to control him in every single aspect of Neil's life.
Yeah, every single aspect.
And he saw, oh, you're enjoying that? Taking it away. It's distracting you from Harvard. And then that just makes life not worth living.
Yeah, like, imagine that. Like, you had the best time of your entire life. The best night. And you're so proud of what you did. The next day, you're going to be sent to military school for 10 years.
Yeah.
Just so you can keep doing what your dad wants you to do.
Exactly. Ripped away from everything you enjoy.
Even your friends.
Yeah. I was not expecting that at all.
And then the fact that he said, my poor son. Like, I'm like, you drove him to do this.
Yeah.
And that's the worst part, that he's gonna know that it was his fault.
His father did it. Todd! Leave him be.
The kid that never screams.
Yeah. Neil had so much life. And Ethan Hawke was right when he said, like, everybody listened to Neil when he talked. He was always the center of the room, you know?
He had such a positive impact on everyone.
Oh, wow. And how fitting that it was above all the textbooks. It was right on top, because that's what he valued most.
Who will tell me where you are in the picture textbook?
We kind of ripped it up.
We skipped around a lot, sir. We covered the Romantics and some of the chapters on post-Civil War literature.
All right, then we'll start over. What is poetry? Come.
I came for my personals. Should I come back after class?
Get them now, Mr. Keating.
Question 1 rates the poem's perfection. Question 2 rates its importance. And once these questions have been answered...
It looks like he's about to blow up.
Yeah. Like he really wants to say something.
Horizontal of a graph.
Mr. Keating, they made everybody sign it.
I do believe you, Tom.
Leave, Mr. Keating.
Captain, my captain.
I got goosebumps.
Go, Captain, my captain.
I don't even know who this guy is.
I don't even know.
Never seen him the whole movie, and he gets a camera shot, but...
Thank you, boys. Thank you.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, guys, that was Dead Poet Society. Holy like, that was just phenomenal. Especially that ending. Oh my god. You're right. Like, you said it. I'm going to try to my best to get it in there, but you did say that was fitting.
That was fitting, yeah.
As an ending.
You can see how this boy that was so closed off and so shy and wouldn't really talk, how much he's changed. I don't know if you noticed, but he was, yeah, you noticed. He was the last one to get on the desk. That one scene. And now he was the first one to get on it.
Exactly. The evolution of, yeah.
A beautiful movie because it shows such a impact you can have on people, And life is not always fair. Life is not like he got blamed for everything, but he knows that he made a difference.
Exactly. Yeah.
It sucks for him, of course. Like, this is probably gonna be horrible for his record and teaching. And that he got blamed and he's known as the person that led Neil to do what he did.
Right.
But I think he knows that the ones that really matter, the ones that he touched with his teaching.
Yeah, exactly. I think that Neil's parents are probably in the mode where they're trying to find someone to blame.
I agree.
Yeah, so they're just like, it needs to be the teacher. It has to be. Because they're so blind to what they were doing to him.
Mm-hmm.
How they were just suppressing him. I don't like when parents do that, when they're like, well, I'm giving you things that I never had, so you need to do it my way. Like I'm giving our son things I never had, but I'm not going to punish him for that.
Yeah, it's almost like a punishment.
Yeah.
It's almost like, don't give it to me then. There's so many different layers. One, you're sending your kid to boarding school for, like you said, most of the year. So you don't know your kid. You don't know what they like. You don't know anything about them unless they tell you or the school tells you.
Right.
You can't see them every day. You can't ask them over supper, what did you learn today?
Right.
So they didn't know him, and the one that they did know was the son that was always obedient, that was happy with what the dad said, and that was going to be a doctor, and that's it.
Right.
So to them, seeing him as this different kid that wants to act and wants to do all these different school annual and all these different things, it didn't seem fit into them. So to them, someone else changed him.
Exactly.
So that's one. Second is that obviously the dad sees that he wanted to give him different opportunities, and that he was making his future the future that was perfect in his mind. So why would he be the one to blame?
Yeah.
The mom guilt. Like, there's so many things that so many layers that you will find someone else. Someone did this to my son. Someone changed him. Someone put these ideas in his mind.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and plus, like, you wouldn't, I think accepting that it was your fault would destroy you.
Yeah.
So I think they're not allowing themselves to accept it.
You're right. If he ever came to that conclusion, I think it would destroy him.
Yeah, exactly. I really appreciated Neil's character in this, just because he was just so full of life. When he got excited, like, everybody in the room smiled. You know what I mean? He was just so vibrant, and yeah, you know, he was just so full of life. Ethan Hawke did great. He did great at being this introverted character that just stands in the corner all the time, and he was invited all the time to do these things, and his first answer was always no. Not because he didn't want to do it, but because he just was scared to. So I feel like everybody crushed it in this. Like, Robin Williams, there's no other actor that could have played that role, in my opinion. How Robin can take you out of your shell by telling jokes and then hit you with, like, a profound, deep bar out of nowhere. Like, just perfection, in my opinion. Like, he did phenomenal.
Yeah, and how much influence he had on all these kids, even the troublemaker.
Yeah.
No one could get through him but Mr. Keaton.
Exactly.
And he, just the respect he had for him, even as a troublemaker. You know, troublemakers, they just don't care about anyone, they don't respect anyone, and that's it. He respected him, and he said, I thought you would be happy. And he was like, no, that's not what I meant. He was like, oh, okay. Like, It's an amazing movie. I really like it because of how many different layers to each character.
Yeah.
Especially even that kid that ratted them all out. Like, he
Oh, yeah.
changed so much.
Cameron, yeah.
Cameron. How he was okay outcome, how he was so supportive in the beginning, but when your back is against the wall,
yeah,
he said everything.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't blame the teacher.
Yeah, he didn't care about that it was a lie. He didn't care about that at all. He's like, okay, I'm safe. Then let's just blame Keen. I don't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a weasel.
And then the guy that invited the girl, and he was, his character was so surprising because it was, every time it was something that you were expecting, like him saying I love you first, and just saying I read the poem, but I don't know, she didn't say anything, but I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually love this movie. Of course, I didn't like the ending. This is horrible, but I like the teaching behind it, and that he felt like that was his way out of, not rebellion, but that was his way of being free. That was his way of doing what he wanted to do, which is horrible if you think about it. But
yeah, I think he saw the life laid out in front of him, and he hated every part of it. So absolutely, and he felt like he had no choice but to live that life.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with you. I can see why this is a classic. I can see why we had subscribers suggest this to us. Wow, it's just amazing. It really is. So guys, make sure if you enjoyed our reaction to like it, and also if you want to see more of us, to subscribe. Your support always means so much to us. And thank you for joining us on this, and we'll catch you on the next one.